So, at the beginning of the game, there's this quest called the Pickup, which is where you have to go get an item which you need for a mission early on. Nothing really being spoiled here. Really cool cutscene. I think this dude looks awesome. But basically, the question I had last night, because I'm doing another playthrough, is what happens if you decide to follow the Militech truck that Meredith came in at the end of this quest? Well, the first couple times I played through the game, I never really thought much about it, but this time I decided last night to go ahead and record some footage of what happens if you are quick enough to get on their tail and follow them out. Well, this is what happens. Let's take a look. Okay, so what happens while you're still talking to her, you can go ahead and turn, and if you had your car, like maybe in the tunnel, it's put over here. It spawns over here instead behind them. And so you just hop in, probably while they're still talking, get in your car, and just follow right behind them. Now, if you wait too long, and if you don't have them in your sights, they will despawn right about here. They're going to despawn, but instead you notice they're still going. And so I just followed them through the tunnel, and they're quick getting out of there if you're not quick enough to get behind the wheel. They're not terribly fast, so they're going to cut right. I'm following right behind them. Not too hard to keep up, honestly. I'm just using, of course, this is the default car that, you get at the beginning, the Hella, or whatever it's called. So I actually made about 3 takes to finally see what happens. So this is about the 3rd take, and you notice it's kind of funny because what ends up happening is you notice that the developers had the idea of them driving away, and so I think this is probably some kind of pathfinding that if it needs be, the vehicle's going to keep going down the road for a bit. And then what's kind of funny is, notice what happens. They go under this overpass here, and they come up on the curve, right? And then notice that popped up for me? Boom! All of a sudden, freaking your car's teleported back. They hit the barrier, and they teleport back as well. And my car is just stuck in the ground like that. And there goes Militech trying to get away. But notice Militech is hitting the same, end-of-world barrier. And so Militech, you can see the AI is really trying to work its way back to the road to get out of there. But it's kind of funny it heads off in this direction because, watch, it just respawns again. And so I thought it was funny. Militech, that time, heading between the struts of underneath the bridge, trying to get another route, and just not finding, excuse me there, backed up a little close, just not happened to find it that time, but it's going to keep on trying. My car is pretty much done for. Very little of it even remains. There goes Militech again, trying to take the curve once more. Having a little bit of problems with the laws of reality breaking down around them. And now here comes another gentleman on a pickup, and they're going to try to make they see the disaster on the road, and boom, Militech just knocks them into the air, out of the way. And then Militech heads through the struts again, goes around, and the pickup truck's going to try to make an exit. It can't. And then suddenly, boom, Militech right back in action. And then Militech is not screwed around. They just pushed them out of the way. Yeah, and so Militech, there it is again. So Militech really trying hard to get out with Meredith and the crew. And it's right here at the edge of the world, basically. I think this is currently during the Watson lockdown and the opening quest here. But this is right at the edge of the world, so it's hitting that end of the world barrier. Because I don't think you can actually go out there. But yeah, that's about it. I thought it was really funny to kind of see how it can't quite keep up. Now, a well-educated person like yourself is probably wondering, Greg, why'd you bother showing us this little stupid exploit? It's just a bunch of nonsense. I mean, what's the point of all this? And I'm glad that you asked.